تحت اطلاق السلام. لا يوجد تفاوض بعمليه البريه.
تبعت وش بقى انت بتجيب
هذه الشحنات ونحن ندعو المجتمع الدولي، ندعو كل.
So today I'm pleased to say that another 66 trucks got into Gaza over the last 24 hours with life-saving humanitarian assistance, including food, water, and medicine. It's the highest single-day delivery so far, but again, it's a trickle compared to what needs to get in, and we're going to keep working that very, very hard. Dozens of more trucks are expected to clear today. Expected to clear. I want to caveat it with that. We're obviously watching this as closely as we can. We hope that they all get in, but still, again, it's just a fraction of the need. We're also continuing to press for the resumption of essential services, including water and the delivery of fuel. Fuel is going to be critical here, certainly in coming hours and days, as the existing stocks are running low to near empty. And of course, we're supporting efforts for safe passage for civilians in Gaza and those wishing to depart, while making it clear that we will not support any forced relocation of Palestinians outside of Gaza. Now, to that end, and to all of those ends, President Biden will speak with His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan this afternoon to discuss further cooperation with Arab partners to address this worsening humanitarian situation.
Thank you, Admiral. A massive blast has been reported at a refugee camp in Gaza, in one of the most densely populated areas, and IDF spokesperson said that they were targeting a Hamas commander. What can you tell us about this, and does that, in your view, mean they violated the laws of war?
Can't say much. I mean, this all just happened just before I came on out here, and I just don't have a lot of information on that.
Would it mean they violated the laws of war, given what we've seen, though?
I'm not going to speculate on an incident that I really have no information on. That would be really, really imprudent for me to do.
And why?
Given the airstrikes on the refugee camps near Gaza City, would now be the time for a humanitarian pause? I know you've said that U.S. position is no ceasefire, you don't support a ceasefire, but would now be the time for a humanitarian pause?
Well, without getting into this specific moment that we're in right now, or litigating this from the White House podium, we do believe that humanitarian pauses could be of value, but they have to be. There has to be credible support on both sides here for where to do it, when to do it, for how long to do it, and for what purpose. And we're continuing to work with partners in the region, including those who have a direct line of communication with Hamas, to see if that's possible. The goal would be to get aid in, to maybe get people out that want to evacuate. It also would be valuable, a humanitarian pause every now and then would be valuable for us if, in fact, there is a serious effort to get hostages out, because you'd need some kind of pause of the fighting to be able to do that safely.
John, wait a minute, before you leave, if Hamas terrorists attack the U.S., would U.S. put boots on the ground in the Middle East?
I won't speculate about that, Brian. We'll obviously do what we have to do to protect our troops and our Let's switch out 2 days.
After I speak. Members heard from Ramesh Rajasinghe. The Secretary General is deeply alarmed by the intensification of the conflict between Israel and Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups in Gaza. This includes the expansion of operations by Israeli defense forces accompanied by intense airstrikes and the continued rocket fire into Israel from Gaza. Civilians have borne the brunt of the current fighting from the outset. Protection of civilians on both sides is paramount and must be respected at all times. An unconditional release of all hostages, all civilian hostages held in Gaza. The Secretary General condemns the killing of civilians in Gaza and is dismayed by reports that 2/3 of those who have been killed are women and children. The Secretary General mourns and honors the UN colleagues who have tragically been killed in the bombardment of Gaza over the past 3 weeks. His heart goes out to the families of our colleagues who lost their lives in service. The international humanitarian law establishes clear rules that cannot be ignored. It is not an a la carte menu and cannot be applied selectively. All parties must abide by it, including the principles of distinction, proportionality, and precaution. With too many Israeli and Palestinian lives already lost, this escalation only increases the immense suffering of civilians.